From the penthouse at the Venetian Hotel in beautiful Las Vegas, we bring you MoneyMasters. Today we have some very special guests, Tom Villante, the founder of Yapstone, and David Weiss, the president of Yapstone. And we're going to learn today how billion-dollar companies are created. So welcome to the show, Tom.
Thank you.
And welcome, David. And of course we have our famous panelist, Kim Calhoun, who's going to be helping us dig and ask and answer questions. So tell us a little bit about Yapstone. What is a Yapstone?
Yapstone was born in 1999, and I was an investment banker and I was in private equity, and I realized that I liked the table that I was at, but I was at the wrong side of the table. I wanted to be that entrepreneur that was kind of making things happen. I started angel investing a bit and saw that there was a great movement in terms of the internet, obviously, and electronic payments. PayPal started to get traction, and so playing poker every week sparks all sorts of ideas, right? It gets the adrenaline going, you're thinking, you're doing probabilities in your head, it gets ideas flowing, and that's how a bunch of us started out in LA, a bunch of entrepreneurs that ended up building some decent sized companies. And we're saying, you know, what's an opportunity out there, and how can we leverage the internet to enable payments? PayPal's doing it for mostly goods. Are there any services out there that we can look at that are completely underpenetrated by credit cards and debit cards? And everybody raised their hand and said they paid their rent by paper check. Everybody at the table. And so, you know, light bulbs went off, and we saw that there was clearly an opportunity. But you always wonder about a market where there's no competitors, right?
Yeah, right. No one's interested.
No one's in it.
You were.
Yeah, we were interested, and there were basically a couple of reasons why it wasn't happening. So the traditional credit card business, the merchant is paying the fee. The merchant is paying a 2 to 3% fee in order to enable that transaction to happen. In the property market, the landlords were not willing to absorb a 2 to 3% fee on a very large average transaction, $1,000, $2,000. Right. So that was a non-starter. Still mostly a non-starter, even this far along later. And the second thing was, just a very simple thing around not having to change. So fighting inertia. They've been accepting checks for 150 years. It worked. You get a pile of checks. You tick off on the list. You enter to the software, and that was it. And so we had to create